they're coming, calling, we're our temples, pray as one. I believe in the word of wonder and a kingdom for the saved.
Good morning, this is Larry Pollock coming to you live from the Underground Performance Podcast. We're going to be covering today the Texas Pro Prejudging and the Men's Open will be on its way soon. Right now, they're right in the middle of Women's Physique, which is taking place as we speak. And if you guys haven't bought the live stream, you might want to tune in. Just go to the Texas Pro website, and you guys can tune into that and see it. Covering the women's physique. Last night we did the Masters Olympia 212 prejudging, and we covered the entire thing, and that's already up on our YouTube channel. It's pretty controversial, I think, but really good lineup. It's tough competitors. Let's take a look at what we got here with this Texas Pro coming up. I'm going to pull up some Instagram stuff on the people competing so you guys can see it. I'll minimize this for a second because they're still on the women's. I got to say, these women's physique competitors, it might as well be women's bodybuilding because they're good. Oh, the link to the Texas Pro. Let me see if I can post that. I know. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Copy. Paste. Here you go. There it is. That's where you can get the live stream right now for the Texas Pro. And I have it up on a different browser right now. And they're still on, like I said, they're on Women's Physique. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty competitive lineup. And right after Women's Physique, we're supposed to have the men's open bodybuilding. I would cover Women's Physique, but honestly, I don't know enough of who all the girls are that competing. But I can say they do look damn good right now. They're pretty damn impressive. So let me see what I can pull up on this Texas Pro. Minimize this for a second. Texas. Okay, it looks like online they're showing stuff from the 212, which was yesterday, and men's physique so far. But front runners at this show are going to be obviously Jordan Hutchinson, who we saw win Tampa last week. And then we're also going to have that was rough last night doing that 2 a.m. live stream, but we got it in. I wanted to do the finals, but honestly, I didn't know when they were going to start, and I was dead asleep. I think that started, I don't know if it was 4 in the morning or 6 in the morning. We couldn't figure out. But we did cover all of the prejudging. So we got coming up here, like I said, Jordan Hutchinson, front runner. Let me see what I can pull up here on share screen. So we've got John Jewett update right here, looking crazy gnarly. He was 4th. He looks almost better right here, conditioning wise, than he did in Tampa. So that's going to be something to see. And like I said yesterday, they had the 212 Classic. Today we're doing men's open, which is what I'm concerned about. Jordan Hutchinson won Tampa last week, and I expect him to win this week as well. I don't think that's going to change unless, well, anything could happen. But I have a feeling he'll be even better. We got Quintin Beastwood. Let me see if I can pull up something from him. Go to uh, 2025 Tampa Pro. Pull up some stuff from last week's show. So here we have the lineup from last week. And you had Jordan Hutchinson first. Quintin Beastwood was second. Joseph Palacio was the big surprise, third. And we've got John Jewett within fourth. And then, of course, we had Bruno Santos was fifth, and John De La Rosa was sixth. So that's how it played out last week. What are your guys' predictions for this week? I'm curious what you guys think. I would say I think Jordan Hutchinson's my favorite going into this show. And that's going to be followed by maybe Quintin, but I got a feeling Joe Palacio could pull ahead. He was damn impressive. I think he got overlooked a little bit last week because people didn't really know who he was. And I think the judges probably didn't realize till halfway into the show, how strong he was. So I would have him as a strong third going into this show. Let's see what else we got here. No. Let's see. Let's go. Instagram. Yeah, I was super impressed with Joe Palacio. I gotta say, super impressed with him. Let's see what else we got here. Here's some more comparisons from last week. Let's see. Oh, here's Joe Palacio. This guy, his transformation is just crazy. Absolutely nuts. Let's see where we're at in the. Okay, it looks like the women have wrapped up. So I think we're going to be starting the men's like now, pretty soon here. So good timing. Again, if you guys haven't tuned in, go ahead and do that. Yeah, it looks like we're about to get started on the men's side of things. They're just setting. They just cleared the women off the stage and they're setting it up. So we should be starting any second now. See if I can hear what's going on. Yeah, so if you guys aren't tuned in, the men's are about to start. You like John Jewett over Quint, huh? I actually, I don't know. This is controversial. A lot of people like Quint's structure. I think his back thickness is a little bit lacking, but we'll see what he's really impressive from the front, though. We'll see what he brings this week. But I still have Brendan Hutchinson in second, and I think, well, Jewett, his conditioning, the updates that I saw, is even better now than we saw last week. Let's see what we can pull up here. So I'm sure you guys saw these comparisons from Tampa, but yeah, Quint looks really almost better in the pictures than I think he did on the live stream last week. He's got a hell of a V shape, but man, Jewett is shredded. Palacio's thick as I think he had the best back. He's at this angle, it's kind of deceiving because he's on the far left. And I think the picture's taken from the right. But Brendan Hutchinson definitely looks like the winner to me there. Just a better structure, conditioning, everything all the way over. Although Quint from the front looks damn impressive. So it's almost, what do you prefer, apples or oranges? Let's see where we're at. I'm going to remove this. They're still setting up but it should be starting any moment now. Oh, here we go. By the way, if you guys are watching, and Martin Fitzwater is commentating on this show, which is probably a stream. That should be pretty cool. Turn up the volume here just real quick to see what they're saying. All right, so we're just about to get underway here any moment. More Fitzwater and I'm Sherry. Quintin Beastwood's competing. We've got Jordan Hutchinson, runners. Bruno Santos will most likely be in here as well. I know John De La Rosa retired. But those are your front runners right there. And personally, like I think Jordan will repeat again. But John Jewett is looking wild in his update pictures. Joe Palacio, I think he was overlooked in the beginning last week, and I think he can pull ahead this week as well. So and by the way, anybody who missed it, we did cover the 212 prejudging for the Masters Olympia, which was a pretty competitive lineup. And it's already posted. We did that in the middle of the night last night, literally. Sid Faruqi is the MC at the Texas Pro. And Sid's awesome. So he's pumping up the crowd there. And here we go. Okay, here they're coming out now. Let's see what we got here. Forgot the name of that little guy in the middle, but man, he looks freaking good. Short black guy. Joe Palacio, though, I mean, is that him out there? And these guys look really good. Palacio's, is that him? No, that's not him. Whoever that is, he's huge. First comparison. No, not even comparison. I'm sorry. They're just lining them up. Here comes Quintin Beastwood. And Jordan Hutchinson's in this comparison right here. Oh, there's Joe Palacio's training partner. Quintin looks really good right here, standing relaxed. He looks really good in the double bicep. So does Brendan, but Brendan's all the way on the end. And right now, Quintin's looking the best, but Brendan's on the end, so it's hard to tell in this comparison. They're not standing next to each other. Now here you see Brendan with the shredded glutes, but Quintin's looking pretty tight right there. Well, I gotta say, Quintin looks really like dominating in this comparison right here. Okay. Next lineup is coming out. Here's John Jewett. Patrick Moore. Well, Jewett's standing out. He's looking just thick and shredded. Yeah. Patrick Moore is his shape and structure is so good. It's just his conditioning is just not quite there yet. There's this big guy standing next to John Jewett, but yeah, he's impressive, but John Jewett's on another level. Jeez. Look how thick John is. His legs, his hamstrings and legs from the back are just crazy. And he is peeled. I don't know if he doesn't get a little bit darker color. Well, this comparison easily done, but right here. Next call out, you got Bruno Santos. I always forget the name of that German guy, but there's Joe Palacio right here. That German kid is looking conditioned right now, like hard as rocks. Well, no one compares to Palacio from the back. His back is just everything from top to bottom. It's just crazy. From his entire back, shoulders, lat, tie ends, glutes, hamstrings, it's just off the charts. Thickness and density. Bruno's looking a little bit better, but Bruno's definitely big. Be interesting when they put them next to each other. But, and right now, I haven't seen them standing all next to each other, but Jewett so far has been the most impressive I've seen come on in terms of conditioning and size. Quintin looked pretty wild, though. Next call out. That Asian guy, I think his Ping, he looks crazy. Got Stuart Sutherland in there, Beast from Canada. That Ping guy, his structure with the flaring quads and little tiny waist, it just looks wild. Let's see. Stu looks maybe a little bit harder than last week. He's actually looking really good here from the back. I got to say that tall guy from Canada, I forget his name, but he for his size, as tall as he is, he's so big. He actually looks competitive. In this comparison, I like Ping or beef stew. Okay, individual prosing. This is this new kid. He looks really good. Let's see if I can pull up the competitors list. Man, this guy's got a lot of muscle on him. Just thick. Jeez. Damn, big legs and everything. Squad sweeps are crazy. Was he in Tampa last week? Because he looks nuts. Yeah, he's got a ton of muscle, thick. Man, this guy is peeled with the shredded glutes and everything. Also, a ton of muscle on him. This guy here, this little guy, he was really impressive when he first came out in the lineup. Great structure. Shredded. Totally shredded. He's just one of the smaller competitors, but still. Peeled to the bone. Great back. The glutes are a little soft, though. But overall, pretty impressive package. Little tiny waist, great V shape. He's small, but I think he's going to give some of these bigger guys a hard time. No, I'm not high on anything. I just was up all night doing the commentary on the prejudging for the men's open masters. I'm sorry, Olympia. This guy, I mean, he's good, but it's just this lineup is so deep. I don't think he has. He's conditioned is really good. I just don't. I don't know. The arms are a little small for this lineup, and he's going to get. The legs are incredible. Just in any regular pro show, but he's against monsters right here, so I don't think he's quite. He's maybe, probably third call out. No, legs are just not up to par. He just doesn't have enough muscle to fill out his frame yet, compared to these other guys. Not quite there. Conditioning's okay, but not spectacular. And the glutes, you could sort of barely see the outline of striations, but not really. Who do we got next? It's like someone's waiting to come out. Here we go. A little bit of gyno going on with this guy here. And yeah, his legs are too light. Just overall thickness and conditioning is just not there for this lineup. Great arms. Yeah, completely soft from the back. Do I use cyclobenzaprine? No, I do not. By the guys, if you haven't logged into the live stream, I posted the link up in the description, the Texas Pro, so you can go in there and jump on there and get it. Okay, here comes Quintin Beastwood. Just walking out, he's already just looking impressive. And he looks confident. His legs are just separated wild. Yeah. He's going to give people a hard time right here. That V shape is off the charts. He looks thicker than last week and more conditioned. Let's see the back shot. Glutes are still they're still just not quite in. So his back just isn't not quite up to the front. Crazy separation in the quads, deep, just not quite the same from the back. And I think that's going to be what gives him a hard time is the back. I can't really say that he's improved. He kind of looks the same as last week. Yeah, this guy just walking on stage after having to follow Quintin Beastwood, he's just like, no, there. It's not happening for you. I don't know why they don't have the competitors list posted anywhere. At least I haven't seen it. Has anybody else seen it? It's where they have it for 212 Classic, Men's Open. They only list a couple guys. Now, this is a guy, he is Joe Palacio's training partner. And I think he's like a Masters competitor, but he has some gnarly conditioning on him. Really thick in the upper body. Just his structure just doesn't look the best. He's got a lot of muscle on him. Just legs could be bigger. Definitely brought the conditioning though. And a good amount of size. Big arms, big legs, big everything. Traps are out of this. Unbelievable. But I think he's a third call-out guy because his structure is just not that great. I did search Texas Pro on Google. I'm not seeing a full list. On IFBB website? Okay. I'll check that out. Okay, here we got Jordan Hutchinson. And Brandon, man, he bought it. Everything's peeled, thick. Yeah, there's nothing missing on him. Damn, look at how deep the striations are in his glutes. Tiny waist relative for his size. Legs are just deep separation. Abs actually look maybe even tighter than last week. Yeah, I think he's gunning for first place. So far, him and Quintin are the best that I've seen. He beat Quintin last week. Here comes John Jewett. John's looking confident. I think you can already see, before he even starts posing, he's hard as rocks. and thick. John looks hard as nails from the back. He's just totally impressive. He does have striations in the glutes. They're not as deep and separated as Jordan Hutchinson. His side shot looks incredible thick. His abductors are just like off the charts. Biceps, probably best bicep peaks in the whole show. And John looks really, really good here. I think he's going to be hard to beat. This guy has a conditioning. He's letting his stomach hang out, which is not a good thing. Definitely striated in the upper body. Conditioning is good. Just structure is not the greatest. Okay. Oh, I got the competitor list. Thank you. Now, this guy right here is freaking grainy hard peeled. Conditioning's there, good muscularity, just looks a little small for this lineup. And he's hard as rocks. Legs are dominant for sure. Great side shots. Abs are a little washed out. Great size, just conditioning is like okay. It's just not, he's not super peeled. You can see it's just like almost there, but just not quite there. He's got those long arms, so it's like they don't look full. His legs are super impressive, though. That's a good shot for him. Let's see what we got next. Patrick Moore. Great structure. Probably one of the best structures in the whole pro league. Just conditioning's not there. Great V shape. The legs are just not separated, not hard. Again, great structure and everything. It's just soft from the backside. I don't know if that's water or fat. Both. Probably both. Great try shot. Yeah, I don't have him as a front runner. Bruno Santos. Bruno's tall and he carries a lot of muscle and just really thick. Bruno's incredibly thick. He's got like bubbly glutes though, but they're not. It's almost like the striations are trying to come out, but they're just really big. But he's got hamstring separation. He's got a lot of muscle on him. He does have one of the best waist ratios to shoulders and quads. All right, who we got next? I think this is Omarov Jarajic, the German guy. And he is peeled. Man, he really brought the condition. He usually does. I think his condition is better than last week. Yeah, look at him. He's diced from all the way through the back. Yeah, look at this striation in his glutes. I think he's probably one of the hardest people in the show. Like maybe the hardest. It's just he's a little bit square looking instead of round. But the conditioning is really impressive. Conditioning is really good. Just doesn't have the size and thickness. His legs look pretty thick. That's now he's conditioned, but he's got really deep striations in the serratus, but the abs are just not really that deep when he hits them. I don't think he has the size and the thickness to compare with the top five. Definitely not. Probably second call out. Oh, here's Joe Palacio. Already walking on the stage. He just looks like massive. That's just crazy thickness from the size. Back. Striations in the glutes, striations in the lats. Thickness is off the charts. Yeah, he's just got a ton of muscle. I feel like he has like this little film of water on his lower body. But when he hits the shots, though, it comes out. God, he's just thick. I feel like John Jewett was a little harder. We'll see what they look like when they stand next to each other. Decent conditioning, just size is just not there for this level. Just too small. Here's this little ping guy, and he looked crazy. He just has a crazy structure. Yeah, Yo Long Pin. Look at the lot. Tiny, tiny waist. Great side chest. Thick all the way through from top to bottom. Here's going to come his weakness. See, he hits his back double, but the lats just don't pop out. He's got it all. It's just his back is just not as developed relatively as the quads in the front of him. But man, there's some crazy shots there. And I feel like his conditioning is in there too. It's just a different skin texture. But he does look pretty impressive. Who do we got here? Again, decent conditioning. Just I hate to say small because he's not small. And in any other lineup, he looked huge. Just next to some of these monsters, he's got really good legs. Just not the size level that he needs, especially in his arms, to compete on this against some of these guys here. Really good legs, though. Yeah, third call out. What do we got next? Oh, this is a tall guy from Canada. I gotta say, he's impressive. I mean, just the sheer size of him, and he brings the conditioning. Crazy X frame. Just huge. For a guy that height, he's got an awful lot of muscle on him, especially his lower body. Great abs and thigh shot. Stuart Sutherland. Looks thick. Again, he's just like this film. Midsection looks tight. That's a good shot. Great back. Good power shots, just not hard enough. Just not quite hard enough. Again, just not enough separation. Good V shape, but size is not quite there, and conditioning is definitely not there. Just for his height, his upper body is just not big enough. All right, here we're going to do comparisons. Let's see what the first call out's going to look like. So you got Quintin, Stalin, John Jewett, Jordan Hutchinson, Bruno Santos, and Joe Palacio. And then right away move Quintin to the middle next to Hutchinson. And again, moving John Jewett over, putting Stalling on the end. Right now, just looking straight ahead, I see 1 and 2 as Jordan Hutchinson or Quintin. Jordan's just a little bit harder in the upper body, especially. But Quintin looks freaking great. John is structurally just not quite there with the guys. Great side chest on Quintin and Jordan. Now, this is going to make or break it here, these back shots. Jordan's got more detail through the hamstrings and the and the glutes. Bruno looks good too, though. Bruno's carrying a lot of size there. Great ab shots. They're keeping Joe on the end because I think he's there. Oh no, they're moving. Okay. It's just Joe with Bruno, so he's standing next to Brendan. Joe looked good right there, just not quite the same as Brendan. Brendan looks harder. Now, Joe is crazy in the side, but Brendan has more detail. Joe looks great in that side tricep, but Brendan is right there as well. John just looks a little smaller than the top three. Bruno's big and hard. Joe's fighting for it. I think structurally just I have Jordan first, Quintin second, Palacio's third. They're moving another call out, so Bruno's not going to make top four. Stallings not going to make top four, and they're comparing him now with Stewart, Patrick. Oh, they're bringing the big guy out. Stallings a little guy, but I mean, he's got the conditioning, and he's not as big, but man, he's shredded and complete. Look at the striations and the peeled glutes and back on the German guy. Should I forget his name right now? think that's Kareth Baggio that they're moving over. A little guy. Definitely has a conditioning, but I think Bruno has him on thickness. Amir Omorek is definitely the most shredded one in here. He's the most shredded, for sure. Okay. Looks like this is like a fourth call out. I think Ping is top in this call out, just based on structure and everything. That was that for that call out. That was the last call out. Okay. Oh no, we have a final call out. It's like number 5 call out. Yeah, these are the guys that just are not ready for this level. It's amazing when you get to the pros, guys like this size and conditioning, and they're still like last call out. Really good back double on that guy, but the hamstrings are not dug out. And back shot just doesn't have any separation in the hamstrings. Oh, and we have a call out. So structurally, all of these guys just have flaws. The kid on the end, I think that's that new young kid from Pakistan or something. Great structure and everything. Just guy in the middle in the blue. He's the best in this call out for sure. just overall structure, conditioning, muscularity, everything. The other guys, they don't have it. Sorry, not a lot to say to these guys. This last call out, and the guy in the blue in the middle, young, they got good conditioning, and they're just not at this level for the top. Gareth Baggio and Patrick Moore. And Bruno. Stewart. Omerat. And the big tall guy, I can't remember his name, from Canada. Omerat, because they're putting him next to Bruno. He's definitely the most conditioned, maybe in the whole show. Definitely shredded. I mean, Bruno has thickness and a little bit more roundness, but Emmerich definitely has this conditioning. Look at the striations in the glutes versus the bubbly glutes. I would give this to Emmerich over Bruno Santos. Conditioning is just that's on another level. And not that Bruno's conditioning is bad. He's just better. He's a little square in the shoulders. Okay, here we go. Quintin, Jordan Hutchinson, Joe Palacio, John Jewett is your top. By the way, Quintin looks impressive just standing there because he just takes up so much space. John's just hard as rocks. It's a real good shot for John Jewett, but I still, Brett. Now from the back, this is what makes a difference. I gotta say, Joe's back is pretty crazy. I still think Jordan is just better taper, deep striations in the glutes. John looks great too. Quintin, he's wide. Just don't think he has a thickness quite in the back. Side shots, Joe looks crazy. Just Brendan overall is just more polished, more complete, better color. Just all the little details. He checks all the boxes. Quintin really looks good in that overhead abdominal thighs, and well. You gotta give that to Jordan Hutchinson. Other move John to the middle. Next to Joe. John has some crazy biceps. Joe really dominates some of these side shots. It looks like he's getting harder as it's going. Shoulders are so thick and round. John has a little bit tighter in the waist. Actually, a lot tighter in the waist. from the top to the waist. Let's see. Jordan's back in the middle. Quintin's back in the middle. They're definitely working on to see who's going to feed. Oh, Quintin looks really good in that front double. But I still like Brendan better. Joe looks like he's getting harder as it's going along. It just turned off. What the hell? Why did it just turn off? Literally just turned off. Try to refresh my browser. It just says starts tomorrow, 8 o'clock. The heck? Let me see. You guys still watching the live stream? Because mine just cut out. Finals is supposed to be this afternoon. I'm not sure what just happened right now. I don't know if I got kicked off or it's over. It just cut out. And I don't think I did anything to go against any of the rules. It says offline. Well, maybe they just cut the live stream. It just says offline. Not sure what's going on here. But I think I'm going to wrap this until finals at 7 p.m. And I guess, are you guys still seeing the live stream? Because mine just kicked out. No, I'm not on any opioids. I just was up all night doing the Masters Olympia. Well, I'm going to wrap this up for now, and I'll try to log back in this afternoon. The live stream is supposed to be 7 p.m. Texas time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll come back to that.
I believe